right.
Right.
Welcome to the first quarantine podcast. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
All right.
Just
Good.
dandy.
Just dandy. Awesome.
So happy to be here with you guys in
right.
these trying times.
Yeah, it's nice to see all your faces again. Hope everybody's happy and healthy. Just kind of want to go around the room and see how everybody's doing, what you've been up to, any new hobbies you picked up, and how you guys are staying sane. So, Mr. Danny, let's start with you, my man. How are things going?
Good. Things are all right. It's been hectic. I'm a very social person, right? So like just distancing myself has been really rough on me. But I'm trying to keep my spirits up, talk to different people, have phone conversations, try to stay engaged as much as I can. But cabin fever, that's a real thing, like I definitely understand Jack Nicholson in The Shining, right? I mean, life is rough, it's like for me, like what really sucks is graduation.
Yes.
It's, we were all going to school, and then like just from one day to the next, it's like, don't come back, and then it's okay, fine, I won't come back, but I'm still graduating. And it's like, oh, wait, you're still graduating, but you're not going to be walking the stage. It's like, well, thanks.
So the college, I will just note, sorry, Danny, just one thing on that. The college is planning an alternate route for that, whether it's going to be like a separate time for convocation, a separate celebration. So there still will be something.
Right.
I know that was a big panic, but the college is working on something just so like everyone knows.
Yeah.
It just won't.
And I'm sure, what's up? Sorry, Reed.
It just won't be in June.
Yeah, it just won't be in June. It didn't make sense to have that big of an event so like soon to when this will potentially be over.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that is the best news I've honestly heard all day. So
yes, me too, actually.
I am glad it was worth it for me to come back to school.
Because all three of you are graduating, this year?
Yeah.
This program, yeah.
This program,
I'll be graduating this program.
Yeah, that's cool. So I'm glad to hear that you're not just getting your diploma in the mail and that's kind of the end of it. I think having something for all the students, like I graduated the marketing program last year. It's nice to have your family there and take pictures and walk across the stage. Everybody deserves that. So hopefully something does happen. So yeah, Danny, I share your sentiments, man. It's I think day 9 or day 11, who knows, right? Somewhere in between.
You're counting?
It's Friday. That's all I know. It feels like any other day.
Is it Friday?
Yeah.
I don't even know. Days are just running together. It's like people ask me, what's today? Who cares? It's the same as yesterday. It's the same as tomorrow. It's just another day.
Yeah. Someone told me it's like every day is like a Sunday. Like you kind of got that like Monday scaries coming up, because everything's just really stressful right now.
So true.
It's a good point. Yeah, absolutely. Who's been reading any new books? Any kind of new good books or cool hobbies we've picked up? I see Elle.
Yeah, I bought like 6 new books. Like when the first day that everything shut down, I was like, oh, I need to get books just in case because I'm actually going to go crazy. So I got like a good mix. I got like some like work on yourself books, like You Are a Badass, and I got some Stephen King like scary books and some like girly like romantic books and things like that. So that's been definitely taking up a lot of my time, which is great.
That's good. Keep your brain busy. What about you, Reed? What's going on with you these days?
I've been reading Michael Jordan's book right now. It's called The Life, and basically it's like a whole biographical book on Michael Jordan. It's actually very sad. It talks like a lot of his childhood and stuff. So like it's not the lightest read right now. So sometimes I got to put it down and like do some other things, but because it talks a lot about like racism in Charlottetown and just sort of like how hard his upbringing was.
Yeah, he had a kind of weird relationship with his father, didn't he?
Well, he had a good relationship with his father. It's like sort of like there's a really weird dynamic with his sister and his family, and just sort of like just overall like the way that they were brought up was pretty controversial.
Yeah, not normal for sure. Well, that's good. Make sure you guys are kind of picking out something that you can read or kind of something to stimulate the mind. I know I know the video games and the Netflix is definitely getting old for me at this point, but
Oh, that's old. That's done.
Yeah.
yeah.
As of today, I'm unplugging the PlayStation. Like I finished my last mission today. Like I've been playing Fallout 4. I finished my last mission this morning. I'm unplugging it. Funny enough, like I got a saxophone from Joe's Mill.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it's like I just need to practice that. You know, I want to be a savant by the time like this quarantine is over.
Nice.
Coming out with your own album in a couple weeks, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be awesome.
That's
for
good.
sure.
I do notice one thing. I've been playing music probably nonstop. Like even, I think I'm really lucky because I still work from home, which has like been awesome because that takes up a lot of my time.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing, because I'm not like with a bunch of people in the office and socializing, I just have music going on constantly. And it's actually been really, really nice. Like I found probably like 50 new songs just from letting my Spotify play throughout the entire day.
What are you
What
listening
kind of
to?
music are you listening to?
Honestly, it's pretty random. Like I think yesterday I started with like a Queen song and then it ended with some kind of like pop song, like some
Right.
random person I've never even heard of because I've just been letting it play. And then if I like a song, I'm like, oh, hey, Google, can you save that song? It's been pretty good.
Sweet. Yeah, I've been doing the same. I think like I always am playing music in the house, so like it's not really any different. It's just the fact that I'm here 24/7, so that's like really the big difference. So
Yeah.
but it's been a good time, you know.
Yeah. So I know we're all supposed to be socially isolating, socially distancing. I've canceled, all my dinner dates with friends, gonna go grab a beer with the guys. Like that's all kind of put on hold. The only kind of really thing I'm doing is I'm going on walks for about an hour a day with my dear mom here. So just getting out and kind of walking around after dinner once the food hits and kind of during the day when the sun's out. But what kind of, are you guys exercising? Are you guys kind of doing anything that kind of is breaking that monotony? Or what kind of tips can you guys share with us?
I'm definitely walking, yeah, I just, walk around the block, walk around, like you said, just I just get that fresh air because, being inside, being cooped up, just being outside, even if it is for 20, 30 minutes, it makes the whole difference, So like I'll usually walk down to the corner store. I don't usually get anything, but, then I'll come back and then that's it,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been walking. I like to just kind of lay in my backyard with a book and just kind of be outside because I think that's really nice. I've also been like doing that whole workout from home thing. At first it was really, really hard to get into because like if you don't go to the gym that often or if you're used to like actually physically going to the gym, working out from home is so much different because you have to push yourself so much harder. But I think I've just been really good at establishing that routine. So usually like after dinner, I'm like, okay, I can work out for half an hour. My dog just came on my bed, so he likes to go for walks and hang out with me.
I think
So
you
we
heard the
can both
word.
get exercise in.
That's good. What about you, Mr. Eid? You getting out and about?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to go for about a walk every day. I'm a little buried in placement work and schoolwork at the same time, so I'm finding that a little bit, hard to balance because sometimes I'll just like wake up, go to my computer and just start working. And then I realize like into the night, it's like, oh, I haven't gone outside all day.
Yeah.
So it kind of varies of when I go out. And my friend actually just came home from Australia and he's sort of like my health workout guru. So we're kind of, and he's obviously since he's just come home, he's self-isolating in his cabin right now away from his parents. So we're going to start a routine daily of just doing like an at-home workout, just him and I. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah, that's good.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, keep it up, stay active, guys. Get out, go for walks, whatever you can do. Make sure you try to get like half hour to an hour every day because not only for your physical health, but your mental health. And that's kind of something I want to touch on here too is I think this is going to have a massive impact on the student population. We're used to being in a bright, busy school, tons of people around. We see our friends, we see our professors every single day. Now, no more for the rest of the school year. And who knows if September is even going to be, on the go. I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but the way things are going, it's only going to get worse before it gets better right now. So I think it's important to kind of do stuff like this. For those of you that are watching, set up a Zoom date or a Skype date with your friends and your family. Just keep your social kind of aspects up, guys. It's really important to talk to people and kind of get that input and that kind of socialization in for your mental health, because we're all cooped up. We're all not doing what we're used to be doing routine wise. So it's super important to kind of find something and find something new.
Yeah, I think that is really important. I think still maintaining some kind of social standings, like with all your friends. I know my friends and I, we like FaceTime basically every single night, and half of us, it varies. Sometimes we're like, I'm so sad and I'm going so crazy by myself, and other times we're like, I'm in such a good routine and it's so nice to talk to all of you. I think it is really important to still try and maintain, like, even though we're self-isolating, literally the entire world is in this together. Like, you can take this opportunity to make like new friends that live on the other side of the world, because you know that they're going to be home and they can talk to you like once a week, twice a week.
Have you guys noticed that you've talked to more people than you ever have in your entire life when doing this?
Everybody's available. Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it's like I talk to my dad like every day. I had a Skype call with all my cousins last night. Yeah. I've talked to like pretty much almost everyone I know. Like it's pretty crazy. Like, even though like it's a stressful time, like everything's been kind of put on halt, and that's been able to, like, in a way, separate us and connect us at the same time.
Yeah.
No, people are super supportive, like now more than ever. I know even my Instagram, I've been posting so much more on my stories, just being like, hey, if you want someone to talk to, you can reach out. And I actually have like tons of people who've just been like, hey, what you up to? Like, I'm so bored. Like, do you have any Netflix suggestions? Things like that. So it has been a lot of social interaction, but it's all virtual, which is different.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely everybody's home. Everybody's available. So reach out, make that phone call, connect with that friend you haven't talked to in a while. And on the flip side of that, for us students, it's a great time to reach out to any potential mentors, anybody in the actual business community that you've wanted to talk to. These people are free. They probably have 5-10 minutes a day for you to reach out and kind of use them as a mentor or something like that, something to kind of help you grow your professional career. So send that email, send that Skype date, and be brave, guys. Find somebody that you want to talk to and talk to them. It's a good time for that. Everybody's free right now, so
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. So what are you watching on Netflix there, Al? Let's everybody give a recommendation and we can kind of check it out this week.
I've watched like almost every documentary on Netflix. So I'm sure all over social media everyone's talking about this one, but the Tiger King.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just started it last night, so I'm very interested. My sister watched it. She binged it in like one night. So she was like, you have to watch it. I need someone to talk to about it. But now everyone's watching it. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I rewatched all of Grey's Anatomy. So that took like...
all of it? It's like 15 seasons.
Well, so funny thing, I started before...
Okay.
Like before anything happened. So I was like maybe like 4 seasons in, and then once like everything kind of blew up, I was like, okay, I guess I can finish the entire thing now.
Oh my God, that's like, so like you watched 10 seasons of Grey's Anatomy?
I think there's 14 on Netflix.
Oh my God.
In a week?
It's a good show.
I've never seen Grey's Anatomy, but I have heard that it is just a really good show.
It is.
Yeah, just never watched it. It's just never interested me. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Dr.
You will feel like you can do surgery, like brain surgery. You will feel like, I know what to do. Or either that, or you will constantly think that you have a brain tumor.
It's kind of like a romantic drama, eh?
Yeah. But there's a lot of, it's one of those like dramatic, like intense things happen.
Yeah, that's good. I just started rewatching Entourage and Mad Men. You guys ever heard of it?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Entourage is one of my favorite shows. Probably really controversial to talk about today, but it's still a great show.
Yeah. It is a really good show.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, probably the stuff that they got away with 15 years ago on that show wouldn't fly anymore. So
no way.
Definitely fun to get back into it. I'm still on season 1, so
nice.
How about
I've never seen either one of those shows.
No, Dan, you've never seen
Entourage?
Entourage?
Like clips or like an episode or two, but
Danny, you would love Entourage.
right
That's
now.
what I keep hearing. A lot of people keep telling me that.
You
I'm
should
gonna-
definitely want Danny. I think you would really like it. I
Yeah.
could picture you loving that show.
I'm gonna have to check it out. What's it on?
It's an HBO show.
HBO. Okay, so I got Crave, so I should be on
Yes,
there.
Crave.
Yeah.
It's on there. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm watching it on. Hang up right now. Go watch it.
Yeah.
Okay, see you guys later.
Awesome. Well,
So are you all still like, do you still have classes and placement and everything?
Yeah. But I mean, am I doing what I should be doing? No.
right?
You know, but the stuff is there. The assignments and all that is there. Like I said, you know, it's like I turned off the PlayStation. It's like I gotta like it's like Monday to me today. You know, it's like
Yeah.
technically it's Friday, but today was the first time that I actually knew what day of the week it was
Yeah,
all week.
it blurs together.
So I'm just gonna have to just sit down and get it all done. You know, because I mean, life still goes on.
that's right.
For sure.
You know.
Yeah. Are you guys, all three of you, are you still working on
And it'll-
stuff for placement?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I am. So for mine, I'm implementing a CRM system for Dress for Success. So they're able to send me, like they actually mailed me everything that I needed to still be able to work from home. So that's really nice.
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 And all of like my program advisor and all the faculty have been so supportive. Like they all have meeting times that you can set up, like Skype meetings with them, even if it's for like 2 minutes. And that's been really nice too, to know that I can still reach out to them if I need.
Yeah, that's good.
Mhm.
That's good. Yeah, with everything shut down, it's not business as usual. So not only has the school had to kind of transform its offering, but businesses as well, unless they're considered essential, which is a big list. I was surprised to see that Doug Ford put
Yeah.
out a huge list. It seems like everything's essential.
Yeah, it
Right,
kind of
so-
put everyone in
Dealerships?
panic.
Yeah.
It, like everyone's like, oh my god, everything's gonna shut down, and this whole list comes out. It's like, well, everything's gonna remain open. So
Yeah.
everything.
don't
Yeah.
worry.
Yeah.
The biggest one that surprised me was like car dealerships.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's gonna be buying the car right now and you can't really go anywhere?
Well, I think it's more for the fact that like all those car dealerships have like mechanics, so all their
Right.
body shops are going to be open, and so like I don't think their showrooms are going to be open anymore.
Okay.
But all of the services that you need for your car, like that has to remain open because it's transportation.
Nice. That's actually smart then. This would be a good time for people like when you're home to go get your car fixed
Yeah.
or maintenance or whatever.
I have a mobile mechanic that comes and does my work.
Ooh.
Yeah, I just call him up and be like, I set up an appointment, like little stuff, you know, like if I need, what did he do last time? I think he did my brakes, you know,
Okay.
so just kind of like switched out the brake pads, boom, done,
Yeah, that's
you
good.
know, so little
That's a
stuff
smart
you can
idea.
do. Yeah, you know, that way I don't have to take it to a shop and pay a bunch of money.
Because
Yeah.
brakes, like your brake pads is like an hour job kind of thing, so it's not too bad, eh? If he can come
Yeah.
to your house, that's kind of smart. I didn't really think of that, like a traveling mechanic kind of
Yeah, he's on Facebook, Mobile Mechanic. Shout out to Mobile Mechanic.
thing. There you
You
go.
know, his name's John.
There you go.
He's a cool dude, you know, like I said, he just goes to your house, but you know, I wonder if cars are going to get cheaper though, you know, because of all of this.
Well,
I was
it's
wondering that too.
probably a great time to buy this month, coming up the end of the month. I
Well,
think, yeah.
my birthday is in like 2 weeks.
FYI, wink, wink.
Just so you guys know.
Pitch on a car? Yeah, sure.
And I'm gonna be really sad, so I'm gonna need something to like
Yeah.
boost my spirits.
There
Like a
you
really
go.
nice new car.
You can drive around, but you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll take it.
Well, that's interesting though about like the prices of everything. Of like, we wonder what's going to go up and what's going to go down, and sort of what are the companies that are actually taking advantage of this stuff right now. So, like as I said, like my friend just came home from Australia about 2 nights ago, and he spent a couple tickets for a one-way trip home just because he had to overbook himself, just because flights were so crazy, and he spent $5,000. Like it was like one way was $2,000 and the other way was like $3,000. Like
That's
it's
nuts.
That
the
is-
prices that they're.
That's just
it's
wrong.
insane.
Yeah.
It's highway robbery.
It's
Like,
it's price gouging, you
Yeah.
know?
So I mean, obviously, you know, the like, they change their prices all the time. You know, like that's always been happening. But in terms of a time like now where people need to get home, like they're raising those rates like that. Like that's insane.
Well, it's
Because-
funny
Yeah.
to me. It's funny how you guys have heard the old adage: people, the working class, us, we're supposed to have 3 months' salary saved up for a rainy day, but the airline industry is about to declare bankruptcy after like a week and a half of reduced profits. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a whole other socioeconomic conversation.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can totally get into the economy
I
right
know
now,
that-
but that would take a lot of
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, that's a whole other podcast. You know,
Yeah.
stay tuned for tomorrow's podcast.
Exactly, yeah. But it's interesting to kind of note, just from a consumer perspective, what companies kind of on the ball, and you can definitely tell the companies that have kind of like automated their social media. Same old
Mhm.
posts that you were getting 2-3 weeks ago, nothing new. But for one example, like I'm sure you guys all saw that post by Nike where it's stay inside, play for the world type of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's a good example of a brand or a company kind of taking advantage of what's going on right now. Have you guys noticed any others that kind of came to mind?
Well, did you see
Everything.
Volkswagen? They Volkswagen, the V and the W separated, and they're
Oh,
like
yeah?
there's social distance, like
No, I
and
didn't
just
see
like
that.
sort of like all based off of social distance. Like I think there was a post of like a bunch of them doing it, like McDonald's in Brazil like separated their M, and
Oh, really?
and Audi like separated all their circles. So it's like
That's cool.
yeah. So
Yeah, I do think it's really powerful, like that all these very strong, well-known brands are doing things like that because they're just highlighting on the importance of like putting all these measures in now so that we can get back to like our normal lives sooner and everything can kind of like not get so affected as if we were all still, you know, hanging out and not social distancing. Like I just think it's a really strong message that people are putting out.
Yeah. How about you,
Yeah.
Danny? How about you, Danny? You were going to say something there?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I lost my train of
That's all
thought.
good. Yeah, one of those things that I will just kind of jump on your comment there, Al, is have you guys seen the hashtag Save Summer? So that just means like isolate now, stay apart now, so that come June, July, August, we can actually be outside and enjoy each other's company
Yeah.
and the weather. So
I will say that had this happened a few months from now, I would be so upset.
yeah,
I think people would be going a lot, like even worse, like cabin fever and all that kind of stuff if you couldn't. Or people could be on the opposite end and just not even listen
yeah.
and be like, no, I'm still going to go to the beach with my entire family and hang out with all of our friends.
There's
And
still a lot of people not listening, so I feel like it
Yeah.
would be worse. Yeah.
it would definitely be worse. And like weddings and everything like that, like people have spent so much money to plan all these weddings that are happening at the end of the summer. So it's like, hopefully by doing everything we can now, people can still have those events and get married. I know I still want to go to Boots and Hearts this year. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping that, you know, we can save summer 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, there. I know someone that is, as of a few weeks ago, was still planning on attending a wedding this summer or this spring, with a 200-person list, right? And it's like, why are you going to this wedding? It's like, oh, I already bought the dress, I already did this. It's like, it's like I need to go to this wedding. It's like, I don't know if you need to.
No, it probably is not going to happen, eh?
Yeah.
No,
mean,
I
don't-
think everyone should listen, stay home, take this time to really focus on yourself. Like that's another thing is I have definitely taken this opportunity to really like self-reflect and just kind of have me time, be by myself, listen to music, just kind of really focusing on maintaining like a strong mental health or something like this. I think it's a good learning opportunity for people in all
Yeah.
different ways, like personally and doing everything digital. Like this is even just setting this up was a lot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like learning how to do these types of things for the future so that you're like, hey, I gained all this knowledge from something.
Yeah, that's a good, it's a great insight. I think there's definitely positives to come out of this for sure. Don't focus on the negatives because it's so easy to do, but we all have time right now. We can all kind of, use this for some personal growth and development. Read a book that you've kind of been putting off, phone a friend that you've kind of been putting off. And you know how we all kind of have that list of things that we've always kind of wanted to do, now with all this extra time,
Check it
be
off
hon-
the bucket list.
Yeah, let's be
Yeah.
honest. If you're not checking those things off, you're probably never going to do them, right? So just throw that
Yeah.
list away.
yeah.
Yep.
What is everyone's strategies to kind of, obviously like we need to be listening to the news because like everything's sort of developing in front of us right now, and obviously we need to like be prepared for whatever's going to happen. But how are you guys kind of balancing to make sure that like you're not always watching the news and you're not always like diving yourself into just negativity? And how are you kind of like are you picking your times when you need to be looking at stuff? Like,
Yeah, great question, man. Just limit your screen time. I think we might throw on the news around dinner time, and that's about it in this household. So it's just too much, right? All you're hearing is the negativity and the infection numbers and how much worse it's getting, especially in the States. So my recommendation is just limit your screen time. Just consume other media if you can.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely kind of the same. Like I log off if I notice myself kind of going on a deep dive into all like everything that's happening in different parts of the world. That's when I'm like, okay, time to shut off. Another thing is I really focus on like we were saying already, the positive things that are on social media. So like with the workout pages I follow, with like the like mental health pages I follow, all like the college, everything that they post is really, really great. That link is super helpful. That just talks about all like the things that are still available to students. SA, like we post a lot of just like what you can do during this time and the kind of like you were saying, the positive things that are coming out of this. Even if you look at like the climate change, everyone's like, well, the water in Italy or something is like finally clear again. And like all these just little things that are like positive. That's what I try and focus on rather than just like all the crazy media and news and people saying like, oh, we're never going to get outside again. It's like, try and cut all that out.
Yeah.
Gotta have a filter for sure.
Yeah.
Danny, I'll ask you a question. So you've got some younger kids at home. How are things going with them? How are you kind of keeping them engaged and kind of keeping their mind off things too? Because as hard as it is for us as older, mature students in college, I can only imagine what it's like for kids still in school. So comment on that a little bit.
So I have my daughter home. She's in grade 7. And she's a homebody, you know, already. So that's kind of good, you know. But we just kind of like set things up for her, you know, like giving her like homework, I guess. Like technically it's homework, you know, just like assignments that has to be, you know, done, you know, and it's just simple stuff like Duolingo, like French, you know, do some Duolingo. There's like online courses, you know, it's like every day it's a different subject. It's, you know, math or science or whatever. And, you know, so it's about 2 or 3 hours a day of work, but there's also like other things, you know, it's like today we're making a banana bread.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So learning how to do that.
Nice.
You know, just different things like that, you know, to keep them engaged and you know, not just, you know, sitting watching TikTok all day, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, so when I'm gonna be cooking later tonight, and I'll have her, you know, just kind of help me cook, you know, like these are the things that you need to be doing. Just, you know, little things like that to keep your mind off of the screen, off of the internet, off of, you know, 20 hours of, you know, Grey's Anatomy. No joke like that. She does watch Grey's Anatomy,
Oh, yeah.
you know?
Sensing a theme. Awesome.
That's really good. Yeah, I couldn't imagine just from video chatting, like for work and other people that I see that have kids, and I just could not imagine. Like I am almost thankful that I can sit here and do what I want to do and not have like screaming children, or I can make dinner for myself. But I think it's really good that you're putting in those measures with like working from home, like still having homework and doing all that is really good for.
Yeah, it's almost like 2 full jobs like put right in front of you at the same time.
Right.
Like needing to give attention to your child and needing to work at whatever you're doing remotely from home, which is a challenge in itself, right? Like
That's the biggest challenge.
just leaves so many distractions.
So kudos to all the parents out there.
Right.
Don't know how you do it.
It's not easy.
No.
Yeah.
No.
See all the homeschooling memes. I think teachers are gonna get a raise after this. People realize, hey, it's not an easy job, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
That's good. Well, I think we'll start to wrap up there, guys. Is there any kind of last things we kind of want to say, and then we can wrap up episode 1 here?
And now I guess, Elle, do you want to touch on maybe some of like the resources that I guess students can have right now from the school? Like how can, who do they contact in terms of financial resources, mental health resources, any kind of supporting resources.
Yeah, for sure. So there's still a lot of resources that the college offers. If you go to the college website, there's a link under the COVID-19, and it has a whole list of all the services that are still available. So they have things like counseling, if you need like support with food or academics, they have all that kind of listed on there. And then I think for financial, and it's really important to reach out to SA Engage, or you can reach out to your faculty advisor for anything. It's their job to support everyone during this time, and they'll be able to connect with all the right people. The college is putting in a lot of support measures moving forward, so there's only going to be more and more. So it's all about just reaching out. You can set up Skype calls with someone from the SA. So if you go to the SA website under contact us, you can request to have a video meeting with us, which just kind of helps that one-on-one to get a little bit more information, because
and that can be with any one of you.
Yeah, so you would just go on and you would just kind of say what you want to talk about, and then that would get directed to the right person or the person who's available, because we all would be able to connect anyone with any kind of service that they need.
Should we all request a meeting with Beth and Bugger this week, or what?
I think that's
Of course.
We're coming for you, Beth.
I feel like Beth might be the last to get. She's busy.
I know. Awesome.
But
Okay.
yeah, and then I do want to add, just again, for my social media, it's Elizadora, and anyone can reach out to me. I'm home. I'm bored. I get a little silly sometimes, so if you just want some entertainment, feel free to reach out to me as well.
Awesome. Thanks you for that, El. Boys, any last words?
No, just stay safe, everybody, and just keep your hopes up. You know, I know there's a lot of information going around there, and just try not to get too scared by it. There's all sorts of information about a timeline and sort of when this will all be over. And the reality is we just don't know. So just try to stay in the moment of where we are right now. And I think doing a little bit of meditation will help you do that, get there. Because I think this is tested, for me anyway, and I think a lot of people, it's really tested our patience.
Yeah.
So I think this is just going to be a very challenging time, and that you're not alone in this. Everyone's in it together. We've all got pretty much the same issues going on right now, whether it's more extreme or less extreme. So just stay patient, stay in the moment, and this will all be over soon, hopefully.
Awesome. Some sage words, sir. How about you, Mr. Danny? Anything else?
Yeah, just to touch back on what everyone else saying is, just stay safe. Double arm interval, that's the best thing everyone can do. If you're going out, just, what you need, come on back. Stay, for me, it's like I've been really struggling with my, with staying sane. So, it's like if I'm struggling, I know other people out there are struggling. So just, keep on keeping on, just take every day at a time. And then, it might be a slow process. It might be a slow going, but you will get going, it will happen. Just take it one day at a time. Go get what you need done, and it will happen, for sure.
Great. Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that, guys. I appreciate your time today. We're going to wrap up episode 1 there. And again, stay safe, stay sane, and we'll reconnect next week. Okay, guys? Have a great weekend.
Perfect. Bye.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
See you guys.